What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is Shadowfax. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Ra. His name is Kimo. The map is Oasis. It's currently 1-0 for Kimo, taking that first game off of Shadowfax with his Uranus. Excuse me, deciding to switch it up now to go into Ra. Maybe predicting that Shadowfax is going to switch into Odin. A little bit of metagaming going on here. Is it called metagaming? Not exactly sure. It seems to be that these tournaments where god picks, there's no restrictions on the god picks and the maps are random. A lot of the time the players simply just try to get in the head of their opponents and then predict what they're going to pick, and then pick a counter pick to that. Not that there's really that many huge counter picks, like maybe Odin is a counter pick for Uranus on a day. Maybe. Probably not. Especially not this map. But that's what people are trying to do. At least that's what it seems like. Kimo here, on the other hand, is just like, yep, going to go with Ra. I'm going to predict that he's going to pick into Odin. Ra, not a bad god against Odin, especially on this map. There's a lot of... I think both gods have good chances to win in this matchup, especially on specifically this map, because what you want to do, and I don't think this is what Shadowfax has done. He hasn't done it. What you want to do here as Odin, I reckon, against Ra is you want to go double Ulfsark, and you want to scout around the map and clean up every single goat you can, send them all home, and then great hunt the goat. That way, when the Hathor hits, you'll be in your base, you'll be hunting, you'll be eating those goats, and you'll be in a really, really good position to deal with the rock abuse by just getting watchtowers. And then beyond that, you just throw a hill fort down on the large gold mine, and you feel real good about yourself because no longer does the Ra have any ability to pressure you, at least at that stage of the game. And then you can do some cool things like tier timings or rag, gold starbs, and such is life. We are seeing... Well, it looks as though this map not the best for Shadowfax at all in that regard. He's got 6 goats, or 7 goats, but with the Great Hunt, these would turn into 14, and suddenly it turns into 16. Suddenly it'll be really, really good for him. But he's got a ton of zebra at the very least, and he's going to move over and grab some gazelle and giraffe. And he's going to be in a decent position, but I do feel like there's going to be some issues come Hathor time for him, especially if he's over here having to eat the berries or something like that. But we'll see how that goes. Kimo, on the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised to see... I would be surprised, sorry, to see anything other than Tar on this map. Going Bast on this map is very, very risky. Very, very greedy. The only real way to do it is to go for a fast farm, like an archaic farm. You rain, and then that lets you get to the classical age. That lets you push in for the early Sphinx, but then you fall off so very, very hard, and you're going to get a lot of value from those Sphinx, which just probably isn't going to happen here. So Dar is generally the god you should be going for here. See the priest coming over here as well for Kimo. Very, very smart to get that one out nice and early, getting him some extra resources. We see Freya coming through for Shadowfax. I imagine Tar coming through when Kimo decides to click up, and there he goes. It's going to be a 5-15, so very, very nice timing. The town centers for Kimo, actually... This one here is not as bad as it looks. It's not exactly close to the gold mine, but it's close enough that Mercenary can help defend it if there's any sort of timing push on this gold mine to get a gold staff. This town center is very similar. So in actuality, both are fine, except this one here still got some giraffe you may want to eat. So probably go for here. His villagers are already over here as well. We may as well. See how that goes. We see the Valkyrie coming forward. Shadowfax getting an instant second town center, which makes perfect sense because there's, in reality, in this matchup, probably not going to get any raiding done at this stage. You see the Ravens spotting this, so maybe he would have liked to get over there, but he is going for the temple first. I love this temple placement right next to the settlement, planning to get as little walking time as possible over here in order to get this one up. One thing that Ra players sometimes do against this is they sometimes send their Pharaoh forward. The village is immediately retreating here. A little bit odd to see that, but he is going for it, sending the Pharaoh over here onto this town center. But one thing they do is send the Pharaoh forward, and the Shifting Sands, these infantry, back to their base. But obviously that's not what's happened, and it's incredibly all in. If you miss it, because if you go to this town center, you would have missed it. There is boots kick everything here, but that doesn't matter at this point in the game. But if you miss it, it's really bad. And now I see Shadowfax, and I love this. If he's going to start mining from this gold mine now, this is really, really smart. And you should probably take these dwarves over to this gold mine right now, and that can save you having to build a hill fort on this gold mine when the rock is coming through, the Hathor is coming through. Something I see very little. I see a lot of players go for early second hunts, but I never see anyone going for early second gold mines, saving the home gold mine for a rainy day. And one day someone will listen to me and do it, and I'll be incredibly hype about it. But not on this day. It looks like we're sharing it at the very least. At least there's still going to be a little bit of gold left in this one when Hathor hits. Seeing the wall starting to come up for Shadowfax, playing very, very nice and safely. So long as he avoids a brutal locust here and avoids taking a ton of damage, this map is looking very, very nice for a Ragnarok or a tier all in. Either or is kind of fine. If you do the hit with Fimble Winter plus a Frost, it'll be brutal. There's the rain coming down. It seems like a little bit early here from Kimo. He's only got 10 farms, but not even 10 farms. Built 12 farms here. We'll see if he goes for just 12 or if he's going to build some more. It looks like 13 coming up. Going for a little bit more of an economic build here. If we check the population here, you can see, or the food here, you can see that Kimo is very low on gold. And normally speaking, if you want to do the stock standard Ra Fast Heroic, you just go 12 farms, and that's going to get you enough gold to be able to click up, enough food to be able to click up, and you're going to be in a really good position to then be aggressive or whatever. This build from Kimo is more boomy, and it's a little bit slower to the heroic age, but it gets you so many more resources, so then you can do a lot more when you hit the heroic age. We'll see what happens there. The wall's almost all up for Shadowfax, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him just simply go straight to the heroic age without building too many units. He's already got the Hearser out. We see him picking up both the relics. This Boots to Kick Everything relic, he needs to put that into the temple. This is a huge relic. This is going to put these Hearser up to like 4.6 speed or something, and then they can almost match the rock running around. This is balance patch 4.0, so the rock does have what is it, 4.5 speed, so it'll be a big assistance to put that relic into the temple. And are we seeing Skadi? We are seeing Skadi. So both players advancing around the same time. We've got 45. Oh, let's just check it. We've got 50% now for Kimo and 45% for Shadowfax. So it's really, really similar. We're about to see these units that are ready to put this hill fort down. It should be up before the rock gets here. The only problem is there's 9 dwarves here. So again, this would have been maybe better for him to go elsewhere. Oh, and he's having to eat baboons here. He does have some goat left in his base, and obviously he wants to eat these up until Hathor hits and then run. That's the big thing, the big way to play this mine. We see the wall's almost finished. Hopefully he doesn't miss this. Let's just actually just check this out. Well, he doesn't know that this forest doesn't go to the end. But one way you can figure that out is don't build the gate here and then just click over him and see if the Hearser runs the long way or not. Hill fort coming up right now for Shadowfax. Very nice. We see the rock flying straight in. These villagers, though, This is potentially going to be brutal. The Frost Giant should move over and chill on these villages, which is happening here. Nice play from Shadowfax. But I can imagine a Locust being very, very brutal here. And we'll see if that's happening. Let's check the technologies out. We don't have Watchtowers coming through, but we do have Bowsaw for Shadowfax. The Frost Giant chilling over here. And there's a Locust Swarm. You hate to see it. This is what we call avoidable if you play around it. And it's actually, this Locust here is almost max value in this matchup, or at least that's kind of what's going to happen there. Remember, Shadowfax probably actually still in a completely fine position because he has Frost. And Frost is going to be able to counter Son of Osiris, essentially. So that's what he's holding on for, and that's going to be okay. And then you also have the fact that Norse economy is stronger than Ra economy, but that Locust really, really helps Kimo in this matchup, and we'll see how it goes. We see the rock still flying overhead, the Frost Giant just chasing it around. We see the second Hillfort coming up, and we see Jarls coming out for Shadowfax. I mean, Jarls are, they're whatever. Of course you got to build them, but I feel like Huskarl at this point would be so much better, because that just means that he's got a real hard counter. There's the second Hillfort going up, the rock flying straight past this. Part of your wishes you had crenellations right now, so it can all those arrows can hit, but the rock going to be getting out of here. And then that's going to make its way elsewhere. See the Valkyrie running around the villages, putting the third town center up for both players, actually getting their third town center. If we just check out what the villager count is here, nice and quick. Civilian units, can see it is, what, 49 to 60. So 10 villager advantage for Kimo. A nice forest fire coming in here. He's going to hurt a lot of these cavalry, and actually denies this town center for a very long time, as well as this forest fire will burn for quite a while. We see some farms going down. There are giraffes here and deers he could eat, but not going for it just yet. So this settlement's going to give Shadowfax a little bit of time to catch back up on the villager count. And we're still seeing this rock flying around, trying to find some damage here. I'm surprised to see Shadowfax mining this gold mine here, but it is what it is. And now the rock flies overhead. You might try to make a drop over here. It's really hard to follow the rock around because it's just this red dot that flies around, and you can't issue a command to say just chase the rock. That should, like, if you could use like guard command on the rock or something, that would be such a really nice quality of life change, but it's not possible. We are seeing the Frost Giant leaving now. That rock's going to start doing some damage. And it's looking like Shadowfax is trying to move in here. As we're seeing markets come down. We've got Sun-Dried Mudbrick coming in, the Hursa, and the Huskarl going to be preventing this. We see a Shifting Sands coming in here, dropping those units straight into the base of Kimo. Osiris on the way. We'll see most of these units getting out of this location here. You should be able to walk straight past this tower and get out. As the units for Kimo coming in, he's got all these cavalry and chariot archers, but there's so many strong units here for Shadowfax at this point, as he's trying to push in, and Kimo retreating back. We're seeing those farms getting deleted over here for some reason. Axeman coming in. We see the Frost Giant doing everything. The rock coming back home, going to be helping out a little bit. So many Hursa here. We do see these villagers getting targeted down, trying to take them out as Shadowfax gets the surround. He's not turning around and fighting it though. Most of the villagers do already die, not fire, whatever that means. The rock still overhead here, maybe going to try and pick up these units or something. That's Shadowfax is in a really good position here to hold on to this. The question is Shadowfax heading to the heroic edge anytime soon? And it looks as though the answer may be no. He's got the Hillfort coming up. Actually, he's got a lot of resources. Does he have a market? He does have the market. Starting Ox Caravans. Love this. Potential Ragnarok coming. You see the priest helping out with the Patsuchos. The damage that these units do together is so big. You need to see that that Herzer get on top of these units. He does so much damage. See the villagers getting denied here by this Frost Giant to prevent that one from going up for just a little bit. We see the can't speak, but Patsuchos getting pushed back, but it's looking as though this army here is staying relatively well alive. We see the Pharaoh coming in, Son of Osiris coming through. No frost on this immediately because it's a little bit difficult to get in on that one with the units that Shadowfax has. And when he does cast, Okay, so we saw one of the better uses of Locust and one of the worst uses of Frost in this game. Feels bad, but it is what it is. Yeah, basically the only way to use Frost against Ra as Odin is to catch the Son of Osiris out and then do damage to it. Because now this Son of Osiris, when Ragnarok hits, is going to be a menace to deal with. This rock is going to run around, jumping in and out, dealing tons of damage to the Ragnarok heroes. And we're going to see that becomes a very big issue. And we do see that this wall hasn't been finished off. Not that it matters that much, but fortified town center's coming in. Maybe Shadowfax shouldn't go rag here. Maybe just go tier at this point after that rag, after that frost. We'll see how it goes. Kimo's in a really good position though. Look at these upgrades. Kimo does this every single game so very, very well. Shadowfax on the other hand, no sharp mine, no quarry, no carpenters. He has irrigation and winter harvest, which is huge. Winter harvest gives you so much more food. Lots of farms here as well, so he's going to be getting a lot of food income. You see this wall going down, going to attempt to push through here. Got the double walls already set up for Kimo, like kind of everywhere, as he's just spamming those out. Kimo now chilling behind this wall here with the Son of Osiris with his entire army. And Shadowfax cannot attack now. He just can't. There's not going to be anywhere that he can attack against the Son of Osiris. But we'll see how he goes. We see another hill fort coming up here. Do we see any technologies coming through just yet? We've got bronze shields, thundering hooves, Balder as well, Architect Stonewall, New Kingdom coming through for Kimo, so he's going to get out that second Pharaoh. I'll see how that helps him. Meanwhile, we've got an Axeman seeing that this ox cart, this trade route is happening. The wall's coming up now for Shadowfax. And maybe Kimo makes a move over onto that side. We see the wall gets taken down very, very quickly here from Kimo. Look at that damage there by the Son of Osiris. These dwarves going to have to retreat back. How is the situation here for Shadowfax? Lots of resources in the bank. His armory upgrades are decent. Bronze shields, copper weapons. Should be able to get some more out. And we've got decent upgrades for Kimo as well, as he's starting to get work on his bronze mail, guard towers, and boiling oil even. We've got copper mail and heavy infantry coming through for Shadowfax. But maybe the idea here for Shadowfax shouldn't be Ragnarok straight away. At least try not to rag straight away, and just bank up a ton of resources, and then set up the wall tower baluster push with Ragnarok, or maybe go for a Titan with Balder as an idea. Alternatively, if you can kill off the rock, then the Son of Osiris will die to a ton of units just running at it. But we'll see. Axeman gets frosted. We see a good raid coming in here as the guard towers coming through. Do we see baluster towers as well? Yes, we do. Heavy Axeman and heavy chariots coming through for Kimo as well, as he's starting to get all of his upgrades. If you're trying to learn how to play this game and you never understand how Kimo's always got so much economy and so many upgrades, it's all about ordering. Kimo always gets his economic upgrades first, then his line upgrades, and then his armory upgrades in that order. And then if you do it that way, you're going to be in a fantastic position nearly every single game with specifically Ra. And let's check this out. Ragnarok comes through to 313 pop rag. Shadowfax has got about 4k resources in the bank, so it's a lot of stuff that he can do. He can throw up some towers somewhere. We see the market getting deleted over here. Why is he... Not sure what that's about. See the portable rams getting picked off as they push through this wall. Fire Giant would be denying this for the time being. We've got a champion cavalry here. Only still heavy Huskal. I don't know if he's going to bother getting that one up. And while it's still going on, how many ox caravans does he have? Because that's the big thing. He's got only 3 it looks like. Feels bad. It would have been nice to see him have like 5 to 10 there. We are seeing the units coming around, going to be trying to get us around onto this. The rock is flying in. There's no answer to the rock here as he's going to be able to pick that one up. And again, this is the big problem. Imagine Frost right now before that rock came in. He'd been able to kill the Son of Osiris, he'd be able to kill the town center, and he would be in a really commanding position here. But he did not save that one. But he still got a chance here to win. He's pushed off gold over here. There is a really big gold mine over here that is going to be difficult to spot. There is a Hero of Ragnarok on it. So maybe chucking up a hill fort at this stage wouldn't be a bad idea. See him taking down the Balancer Tower, taking down everything else. The barracks going down. The town center goes down so slow. Look at all the HP it's got. Architects, fortified town centers, sun-dried mud brick. Absolutely bonkers. We're seeing these units chasing him. We see all the axemen out for Kimo, though, in a really good position to hold on 2 town centers. But maybe that's fine for Shadowfax. If Shadowfax can get 4 town centers here, which, I mean, obviously he can get it, and then get the economy rolling again. Obviously he needs to lose about 30 rag heroes to start it going, but just don't sacrifice the entirety of them. Lose them slowly, and we'll see how it goes. So the hill fort gets denied. Units running back in. Son of Osiris gets picked up. The Axeman doing all the damage. Son of Osiris drops back down, dealing so much more damage at this point, getting a couple more hits of damage onto the Son of Osiris. The rock picks it back up again, retreating back away from the Heroes of Ragnarok. We do see that there is a fire giant here. So if we can get that fire giant in nice and close to the rock, he should be able to take it down. But now the Son of Osiris is pushed back enough that he's going to be kind of fine. But with 4 town centers, he should be able to really boom here. He's got a lot of resources in the bank. He does have winter harvest and irrigation, so should be okay there. We see the Son of Osiris getting yet again attacked, and the rock's going to pick it all back up. Still not sending that fire giant forward. It's the only real option that he has at this point, as he's retreating back underneath these Bowser Towers. These Bowser Towers do so much damage, and Shadowfax still trying to push through here. There is no gold income right now for Kimo. He does have a trade route, getting the Pharaoh to start empowering that one. You see the Son of Osiris just picking off everything here. As Shadowfax's Ragnarok is slowly but surely depleting, and at this point, he needs to back off a little bit. He's lost enough. Just back off a little bit. Keep getting decent trades if you can. But there is no sense in staying here too long. We do finally see that the rock is going to get sniped here. Nice play from Shadowfax, but the Son of Osiris very, very close to this town center. Kimo not paying attention. He does manage to get that one into the town center, pops him back out. We see the units dying here. We see a mummy popping out immediately as the fire giant notices that. Should be running away to try and get away from the mummy, but he doesn't manage to see that. The Son of Osiris still jumping in and out. Now Shadowfax going to be retreating back, but he's done a lot of damage to that Son of Osiris. We're starting to see some dwarves coming out, the ox caravans coming out. You need to be careful not to overdo it on the ox caravans, because you need the villagers to come out first. You need like 5 villagers for each farm first for your 3 gatherers points. You've got your dwarves coming out, so they don't matter, and then you need another 10 or so to start making ox caravans, maybe 8 to make ox caravans consistently, and be okay with that. So you're looking at 22 villagers on food or something to really start the boom going. 23 villagers on food to start the boom going. But he is going to be still building. No, he's stopping the ox caravans, and he is pumping those villagers out at this point. So it should be possible here for Shadowfax to either he could sacrifice this town center, or he could try and defend it and see how he goes. Those are his 2 options. If he sacrifices this and just gets all the villagers out that he possibly can, and then vehemently defend and try and take this game late game, go for the side builds, getting into Kimo's base and all that stuff, maybe that could work. But we'll see how he goes as now Shadowfax looks like he's trying to move back into this location. Probably not where you want to be going, as there's a Migdol stronghold coming up, and that might bait Shadowfax in, and in fact it is baiting Shadowfax in. He's moving and going to attempt to deny this one. We see this mummy does a little bit of damage first. As far as coming back over here, there is no rock here, so maybe he can move in, and he has sent the Heroes of Ragnarok already over onto this Son of Osiris. 34 HP, 35 HP, 26 HP, 17 HP, almost does fall as he's still retreating away. He should be able to take this one down here. He is going to attempt to 7 HP and dead. Big win there for Shadowfax, but Shadowfax has been almost depleted here. You can see at 125 of 180 population. I don't think he should continue fighting this. You just sacrifice this now. You've killed the Son of Osiris. Not going to hold on to that one, I don't think, as Kimo has got a lot of resources here. It looks like Shadowfax is staying regardless, and he's going to drop down to very little amount of units, but he has got the food going right now. He should be pumping out trade caravans, but he's not quite doing that one. He's got a lot of resources in the bank actually that he should be spending. We do see that the town center will be falling right now. These dwarves here might want to evacuate a little bit right now, but he hasn't gone for it just yet. People are just going to slowly move over here, get the town center back up. These Hero of Ragnarok going to try and slow it down for a little bit, but they will die very quickly to the chariot archers and the axemen. We see the dwarves now going to be retreating, but I imagine Kimo will spot that and maybe chase him down or something like that. The other thing is that is a bit of a worry is that Shadowfax hasn't finished his wall over here just yet. And he hasn't set up a wall to deny Kimo corners here. Whenever you've got map control, take away your opponent's chance to get map control back. Finish this wall off over here. Wall off over in the middle. Wall off over on this side. That would have been huge if Shadowfax had done that, because that really delays Kimo from setting anything back up. He doesn't have Horus, so these axemen do kind of nothing to walls. But we are seeing Kimo able to start pushing now. We see the Jarls are out. They're going to be very key against these axemen, especially because he's also got the heavy throwing axemen here as well. I imagine, oh, he doesn't have Huntress Axe, but now Kimo's onto this gold mine here, ready to start spamming out that gold. Get him going just a little bit. Maybe he can build the market out in this corner yet again. I mean, it's like, how many of these does he have? He's got like 30 plus. He must have 30 plus. And now we got rock drops coming in, 3 catapults, and I don't think that Shadowfax has got any real answer for this just yet, because he hasn't got his upgrades here. He hasn't got Axe of Muspel. You can use the Fire Giant to go over there. Frost Giant's really useful to delay the catapult, so they don't just jump in and out of the rock there. If you get one special ability onto it, you will pick them off. Those are sort of your options there, as the rock is now moving in. Going to attempt to get some hits over here. We'll see if Shadowfax is going to be okay to defend against it. He is throwing up this hill fort, and you can see he's back to full population here. Good amounts of villagers everywhere. So he's completely fine at this point economically. He's already got decent upgrades. So he's just going to try and set up shop outside of range of this town center. And once that's set up, watchtowers, crenellations, should be able to push in here. But now the catapult's dropping, going to be taking down these hill forts here. We wonder how long it takes Shadowfax to notice this, because he's getting attacked over here. He's not going to get alerted to the catapults coming in. Even when the hill fort dies, he's not going to get alerted so long as units keep attacking. But maybe he's going to notice it, and he does. There's the Ulfsark coming out, going to send them straight away over to these catapults with the damage here. We don't see architects out. We do have masons for Shadowfax. And we'll see how he's going to react to this. If he sends over a Fire Giant or something, maybe. He does have he doesn't have Fire Giants building at the moment. Now the rock's going to be retreating back. One way you can sort of defend against this is you just put towers everywhere, and that really slows everything down. We do see towers. You see a longhouse. The tower set up. We still don't have crenellations, but maybe it's coming through. Architects is coming for Shadowfax. He's got the portable rams that have Dwarven Auger, but no engineers. The engineers with Dwarven Auger and these portable rams start becoming very useful, especially for side builds. We see the walls up, but just like a weird wall. We need to finish it off, and Kimo needs to get that corner sorted here. Maybe it would help him out a lot. See the catapults jumping into the middle here, going to be taking down the hill fort. We have a random portable ram just chilling out. More towers coming up for Shadowfax. He's going to attempt to prevent this rock from freely moving around his base without having to drop first. Smart tower positioning, to be honest, because the only real way through here is to go through the middle to take it out. Can't go over the trees because he's going to be too close to the tower. The rock is heading for this town center. There's nothing over here to defend it. So Shadowfax may have to, yet again, convert some of these villages into Ulfsark, which honestly isn't the worst idea. Once you're full population and have a lot of resources banked up, you've over-economized, all your upgrades have been grabbed for Norse. Time to start cutting villages. See, the fire giant is coming in. Oh, you got to make sure you come in right underneath this this rock, and you should be able to take these down. He doesn't manage to kill off the catapult. Almost does. 2 of these houses were picked off, so they're going to have to get rebuilt. More watchtowers coming up here for Shadowfax as he's trying to set up shop. Catapults coming in for Kimo. Oh, this game is getting too intense for me in my jacket. My God. Now the catapult taking down the tower. Shadowfax getting pushed back in this position. Kimo's going to slowly push through here. Maybe if Shadowfax sets up over here, he could make a portable ram push through this location to take down the town center or something like that. But honestly, Kimo's got so many options here to win. He could go Titan, and there's no option. There's no real answer for that for Shadowfax. If Titan's coming, he can just slow push on this side, and there's not really anything set up for Shadowfax. Shadowfax he's still at 160 pop, but I think maybe he's got too many civilian units now. If we check those out quickly, civilian units. Yeah, he's at 100, which is too many for Norse in the late game. But maybe he'll work it out and convert some. I mean, if you're not full upgrades, he's basically full upgrades. Just needs iron mail. But if you're not full upgrades, maybe you can not cut them just yet. We do see some side builds now coming down for Shadowfax, which I like. Trying to push through here. He's chucking up a watchtower, but the ballast tower will go up first to deny this. Nice play from Kimo to be aware of that. Shadowfax retreating here. It's idle military everywhere. No, it's just too many villages. And we see Kimo pushing forward. Fire Giant's going to take all these units out. There's no priest here, no mummies. Still no wall over here. Still not protecting his trade. Feels bad. And the rock going to be retreating. There's 4 catapults in this rock right now. Seeing Kimo push forward. Going up the Migdol stronghold. The Pharaoh able to take down that fire giant. He's trying to push through. Get some position here. See a hill fort coming up over here. I love that. Hill forts in the sides of the map. We see these Ulfsark idle. How many resources in the bank for so many resources. Okay, so now you go for the villager you go for the Ulfsark Ragnarok. Grab these units here and just hit Ulfsark and go. Push yourself up to 180 pop and just try and push through, especially when there's no axemen out. It's really, really good to do that. We see the rock flying in here, going to attempt to break through this wall. Hathor being one of the only gods that can really make catapults really strong, or ranged siege really strong before walls are set up. Normally in this position you would just have siege towers and you'd be able to push anyways, but this works nice enough. How funny is it when you see a catapult hitting a wall? When they go in, it's like the catapult is just getting guided into the basketball hoop or something. But on the towers and everything, it can hit higher, so it doesn't matter. On the catapult on the wall, it has to hit the ground. That's kind of funny. Now the catapult's walking through. Shadowfax. Ooh, forgetting to build military or something? Not sure. But he's going to be losing this town center. We see Kimo getting his 6 of the Titans out. So many resources for Shadowfax, but just not spending them. Now he's sending some units over here. He's just all these military buildings. He just doesn't have any. He's finished this wall over here, but no hill fort, no attempted portable rams. See some Jarls coming out of this location. And we do see a lot of units now for Shadowfax. He's at 150 or 150 pop. Needs to rebuild his house that was just deleted. Or destroyed, I should say. We see the mummy does take down one of those fire giants. Such a strong unit at this stage. Now the town center, there's no way he can pick off 5 catapults here as the town center goes down. And at that stage, I'm not sure that Shadowfax is ever going to get this back up here with these catapults set up with the rock. We see some towers, some desperation towers going up. The Ulsak trying to flood in here. Ox caravans are falling. We even see some mercenary getting built out to assist with this attack. More watchtowers or baluster towers coming in for Kimo as he's still trying to push in. We see the settlement attempting to come back up. One option here for Shadowfax yet again is to just make all of these into Ulsak to try and get this up really, really quickly. You can see he's got tons of resources, so there's really no reason to not do that as an attempt, but maybe you can get the town center back up. But Titan Gate comes in, or Titan Age comes in. We'll see the Titan Gate going down very, very soon. There it is. There's the Titan Gate. Tons of villagers coming over here now. He's bringing everything. And this Titan will be out very, very soon. You see the catapult's going to be attempting to take down these markets here. Oh, going up to the towers. He wants to stop the trade route from for Shadowfax. Shadowfax can move over onto the top. He already actually has. So if he deletes this market and sends and changes where the Ox caravans are going over onto this one, it's completely fine. Now that does give Kimo a corner finally. You see the town center's almost back up. This would have been back up had he converted Ulsak to do so. But maybe he wouldn't have been able to keep this pressure up to prevent catapult from coming in, so I don't know. See more watchtowers coming up, more portal rams. There's engineers coming through for Shadowfax. You see them changing models a little bit. Have this bulky ram at the front. Look at how big it is. Honestly, these portable rams would be so much more value up here to push through, but he hasn't done it. The town center's awfully close to going up. See, one catapult thing comes, it does so much damage to the town center. See more catapult coming in. We see more rams coming through, but those are just going to get denied. Spearmen can get built. Axemen even are completely fine, and this catapult can just come in and take this down maybe, but we'll see. And Shadowfax does decide to tap out. 33 minutes, 49 seconds here. Ah, it's so sad. Late game Norse is an art, I tell you. And it's a difficult art, but the answer is definitely not to go 100 villagers. I think you can get away with as little as 40 gatherers, or even maybe less than that at this stage of the game when you're just building units. Because all the units you build are like relatively cheap, right? Obviously not Jarls, and they're very high value units. I mean, had he not lost this town center and he went down to like 60 population on economy, 60, 70 population and economy, I think he can prevent this from happening with the extra 20 population from the town center. But it's a road to travel through to win here. And obviously, if I need to state the obvious, had Frost been held, I think Shadowfax wins this game very, very easily with the Ragnarok. Frost on this location when the Ragnarok hits, kill the Son of Osiris in the Frost because you can't run away from it. And then how does he defend this push? How does he will defend it well? And then Shadowfax is 4-2 town centers. Going to get the economy rolling the same way, except probably better. And then you can win it that way. Had also the other thing I would have loved to have seen here is a hill fort over on this side of the map and portable rams, like role-playing like deathmatch. Push through these walls really, really quick. The walls, they seem like huge, right? With their 44% hack armor, 95% pierce armor, but they've only got 14% crush armor. Portable rams have 68 crush damage. So they're going to take these down so quickly. They obviously don't have any bonuses here, but they take down walls very, very quickly. If you have like 3 or 4 portal rams going through here, you can break through this and then you can move in and target down houses because they're relatively quick. And that's sort of the idea there with Norse, with Balder rams. But unfortunately for Shadowfax, not able to hold on, and Kimo able to stomp him out of this game with his nice Locust and his nice defense of the Ragnarok. Well played by Kimo, going up 2-0 in this best of 5 series. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.